Good evening to you all. Good evening, everyone, and to our distinguished guests and our dear participants and everybody present today. It's an honor to welcome you all to this remarkable occasion as we officially introduce Hair Code Hair Palm. It's a project born out of purpose, passion, and a deep commitment to empowering young women through technology. Her code Her Power was conceived from a simple but powerful observation while technology continues to shape the future of our world. This project is more than a program. Yes, it is a response to a gap in access, in mentorship, in exposure. Her code, Her Power was designed to bridge the gap by equipping young women with practical coding and digital skills, connecting them with mentors and role models, and nurturing a mindset of innovation, leadership, and self belief. As we look ahead, our vision is clear. We look forward to building a growing community of empowered young women who are not only skilled in technology, but bold enough to lead, create, and innovate. We envision participants who will go on to solve real world problems, inspire others, and contribute meaningfully to their communities and global digital economy. Today marks the beginning of that journey, and we are excited about the collaborations that will emerge, the skills that will be developed, and the stories of impact that will be written through this initiative. So, to everybody here today, thank you for believing in this vision and for being part of this movement. Together, we are not just teaching code, we are unlocking potential and shaping the future. Once again, I welcome you all and we look forward to a successful and impactful program as well. Thank you.
So much, and for setting the tone for today's discussion. We are grateful. We will now move into our speaker presentation. And today we have three amazing guest speakers to speak to us. Our first speaker is Engineer Daniel Watson. Sorry, sir, if I mispronounced your name. Engineer Daniel Watson Akuoko is a senior officer and petroleum engineer at the Petroleum Commission. He specializes in production engineering, oil and gas operations, and well performance optimization. In his role, he supports the oversight of petroleum activities by analyzing the field performance, promoting best practice production strategies, and working closely with operators to improve efficiency and recovery. His technical interests include digital oil field systems, production diagnostics, and sustainable resource development. With a strong focus on data-driven decision-making, he is passionate about advancing Ghana's petroleum sector through innovation, regulatory excellence, and capacity building. Welcome, Mr. Engineer Daniel, sorry. So you're most welcome.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Am
Okay.
I to start
So,
or you want to do the introduction?
yes, please, I'm done with this. So the time
Uh,
is yours now.
okay, so how many minutes do I have, please?
Please. Approximately 7 minutes, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Victoria and Jennifer, for such a wonderful, presentation about us. Victoria says something about a vision, and I believe you are doing very well in bringing this up. And thank you all for bringing me on board. I am currently not in the house or at work, but I am somewhere in Zema working. So I am grateful for this opportunity and also give me the exposure. So my time is very tight over here. So permit me in case I leave something out. I know the others will just polish it for me. Are you okay? Good, good. I know you are. I'm trying to share my slide. Is Jennifer there? Please.
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
okay, let me see. I think I have it here. Can you all see, please?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, okay, good. So I like the vision, her code, her power. And I think you are not trying to leave the males behind, but it's something that when you know where the world is moving to, you actually know what to do, because in our days, if you don't know things about data and internet and all that, you will be left out. I am a witness about these things, and I have experienced a lot. I have about 15 years experience in the oil and gas industry, which you all know. Some will also see it on my profile on LinkedIn. I'm even surprised how Jennifer came to LinkedIn and got me on board. So as I said, her curiosity led her to contact me to speak on this topic. So building the digital skills for innovation, her code, her power. So the introduction was somebody at Petroleum Commission who is a senior officer, blah blah, which I am. And I am also on other board, especially Ghana Institution of Engineering. I am the coordinator for engineering. I'm the coordinator for petroleum engineering for the whole country. So anyone who is in the industry and you want to get certified or having an ING to your name, when you come to me, you have to go through the process to secure that title. So I do a lot of things, and also some voluntary here and there, Society of Petroleum Engineers, international wise. So just a little bit about me as the introduction went about. I hope you all can hear me. Yeah. So her code, her power. That's the introduction. Then we have. I am bringing this project management because when you come to my industry, you do a lot of projects, and projects must have a start and a deadline, or when you begin, you have to end. And in the industry, you start somewhere and you end somewhere. Can you see the second slide, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm using a tablet. I'm not using a computer, so sorry for that. So I can't see what actually happens. So that is project management. So there are a lot of things that you do in our industry. For example, I started as a lab technician in the lab. I do test cement that we use to case the oil well. We go to the sea, we drill wells in the sea that produces the gas, that produces the oil and the gas and even water. So when you are in such an industry, you don't use a lot of effort like man or human beings to do things. You need machines, highly technological thing that I am talking about here. So you communicate even with satellites. The ship that is on the sea is communicating with a satellite somewhere, and internet connectivity is highly demanded. So if you don't have an internet, you do not have these satellite systems connected to your computers, you can't do your work, because the machines that you are sending into the sea to drill the wells must be connected so that you know where the oil is and you can place your drilling bits there. I don't want to go details, because when I try to go details, maybe some of you will be confused. So I'm just giving you some brief introduction about what I've done so far in the value chain of the oil and gas industry. So from the lab, I moved to a company I started in the lab with this company called Schlumberger. Most of you might have heard Schlumberger or SLB at Takrady during my national service. I worked with them for 1 year. Then I moved to Hess. Hess is an American company that is like Tallow, the ENIs, and all that. So I was also there as a drilling engineer. As a drilling engineer. So let me go to the introduction so that you understand. But first of all, I want to say something. Do you all have phones? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I want to also hear your voice. If I say something, somebody can say yes. Do you all have phones?
Yes.
Good, good. I like that. I want to hear so that I know that I am talking. If I don't hear you, I don't think I'm talking. So it's good. So you all have phones. Now, whenever you hold a phone, there is a place that we have a calendar, right?
Yes.
So the calendar portion, you realize that you have the date, first day, second day, whatever, to the 30th day. And every day of your life, you do something. Most of you go to school, most of you work, most of you go to church, most of you go to market, most of you go runs errands and all that. For a particular, or for any person to be successful, you need to have a scheduled life. And that is sometimes people call it to-do list. So for today, in case tomorrow I have to go for a wedding, I'll go to the calendar on my phone. I'm just trying to tell you something so that normally we don't do it in our notebooks or diaries. You take your phone, you go to the calendar. There is a code Hair Power. So let me, I'm trying to give some scenario here. You go to your calendar, then you go to tomorrow's date is 22nd. You go to 22nd December. Then 22nd December, when you enter, you press on it, it will pop up like somewhere you can write. Then you write, tomorrow I am going to a wedding of Jennifer so and so at Adenta. Time, because you have received let's say a notification for the wedding. Time, this. Then you put the time there. In your mind, sometimes you might even forgotten that you are going for a wedding. So the thing will remind you when you wake up. You just pick your phones. Most of you, when you wake up, you go to your WhatsApp and you are checking messages without even praying or without even reading your Bible or whatever, or a book that you read. You go straight to your WhatsApp. So when you pick your phone, because you know that you do some things on your calendar, even you have a notification. Oh, okay. Oh, today at this time I have to be here. Tomorrow at this time, or at 11 I have to be at the wedding. 1 o'clock I have to be at this party. So when you have all this scheduled, that is a successful woman. I'm using woman because most of you here are women. And when you were a guy too, yes, that is a successful man. So if you don't do this, please take this from me. You will become very successful. You will not miss classes. You will not miss events. Because for you to be successful, you need to have a plan for your life. You are, almost of you here are young. I think I am the eldest here. So for you to be successful in life, have a scheduled plan for your life. And all these are types of, let's say, the things that we are trying to talk about, Hair Code, Hair Power. Because you need to put in a data and for the data to give you something out. And they also say that garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't put in this, you will not get the results that maybe you are a success. Now, the things that I have studied so far in my life, masters in UK, Scotland, and all that, in the areas of oil and gas, I know that now I am somewhere. I am building a career. So let me go. In today's rapidly evolving world, digital skills is digital. What I'm talking about is digital. Digital skills are no longer optional. That means you can't underestimate it. It is something mandatory. They are the foundation for innovation, competitiveness, and a sustainable growth across industries. I am at a yes, sir. I am at a gas plant currently at Nzima, and this gas plant is receiving a gas under the sea. There's a pipeline laid from the sea, an FPSO. FPSO is a ship. I don't know whether I have some. Let's see. Do you all see me here on this slide?
Yes.
Good,
Yes, we do.
good. So this is a control room of where I am currently. This control room consists of computers lined up, and we have big screens like a TV, which are on the walls. And we are receiving a gas from an FPSO. An FPSO is on a ship. We call it floating production of FPSO, storage and offloading. So we produce the oil. The oil comes with gas. It comes with water. Now, if the gas comes, we channel the gas through a pipeline under the sea to this beach or where I am now. And if you don't know anything about data or the coding of things, that means you can't progress in such an industry. You can't progress in such an industry. So these computers are linked to the production of the oil and the gas at the FPSO. I've been to the FPSO several times, and when also you go there, you have the same systems there, and the wells are connected to these systems. So if even you want to shut an oil well, that the well will not come up for production, you can use these computers to shut it. You just click by giving a command. Are you there? Yeah. So you just click by giving a command. So these are connected. It is using internet and also even sometimes satellite. As I said, for you to position an FPSO, we call something dynamic position system. And these things have been wired in such a way that it uses internet and Wi-Fi systems for the ship to be stable. The sea, you all know that the sea is not a stable place. There are waves and heaves trying to move the ship and all that. But an FPSO will be stable or will be on one position because of this Internet of Things we are talking about. Are you okay? So let me come to my introduction. So building digital system meets equipping individuals. I think my slides are not okay here. Okay, let me go. Meeting individuals with organization with the ability, leveraging modern technologies, solving problems, improve efficiency, drive creativity, and unlock what is there? Yeah, and unlock. Let me use the one here so that it will help me. I'm coming. Give me a second. And unlock new opportunities. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And unlock new opportunities. So when you come here, digital innovation is powered by a combination of technical proficiency, strategic thinking, and adaptability. When you are not familiar with internet, you cannot go far. Now, even if we have a shutdown of internet currently at this place, that means that our operations are undermined or we can't even move forward. But when there's internet, we can just say that, okay, let's even open this valve on this pipeline. Then we try to open it. So skills such as data literacy, you have to be able to know data, especially when you are entering data on an Excel. Let me tell you a story. I once had a job, an offer, and you know that after my BSc or my first degree, I am not able to use an Excel. And because of that, I lost that job. I couldn't be able to do things with an Excel. And we all say that garbage in, garbage out. What you put into an Excel will give you a result, as I said earlier. So you have to be able to know that, okay, this oil well, or this well A is producing 200 oil 200 barrels of oil, and this well B is producing 1,000 barrels of oil. So with your Excel sheet, you can be able to give all the flows or the volumes of oil the wells are producing. So data literacy is very key and very important in your career as a woman or as a man. So digital communication. I am here. I have just even sent something to Jennifer by WhatsApp. I told her that, oh, Jennifer, give me your email so that I can email my slides to you, send my slides to you, so that if I'm having a difficulty, you can share it for me. And these systems are there for your work to be efficient wherever you are. And we have most of you have heard artificial intelligence familiarity. Artificial intelligence is something all over that everybody even wants to know or learn, do masters, do PhD about it. And it's, for example, a robot serving someone at a restaurant. I believe you have all seen some of these things on Instagram and even on the internet. A robot serving people in a restaurant. Now it has removed the human effort from there, whereby we have waitress and the wait whatever. Now robots are doing it. So these are all types of artificial intelligence, building robots. You go to the mall. I know that most of you women here have been to the mall. And when you are going to the mall, the entrance, the door or the glass will the glass will open for you. People will say, as I was watching something even funny, how did this thing happen? It's because of all these things. It's because of the familiarity of artificial intelligence people have built in our systems. So if you don't have all this knowledge, you will become, excuse me to use the word, a villager. Sorry. So cloud computing, automation, cybersecurity awareness, and proficiency with analytical tools. Analytical tools, when you come to my industry, we have a lot of analytical tools, especially when you are trying to understand the reservoir where the oil is coming from. We have what we call a Petrel software, where you can be able, let me try whether I have something to show. Let's see this. Let me use this thing, the picture here. The man is trying to have a tablet. Where his hand has been pointed is, for example, a tablet. And all these machines here, the machines here that you can see are connected on the tablet. So anywhere he points, he meant something. He can even close one of the equipment on that tablet. You have also seen how even drones works. People are using drone systems to distribute medicine and all that. These are people who have built code. They have code things. They have built data for the data to give them results. So let's use project management, for example. As I define a project has a beginning and an end. If a project doesn't have a beginning and an end, then it's not a project. So beyond technical expertise, developing digital skills strengthens collaboration, enhances workflow optimization, and broadens an individual's capacity to navigate complex challenges. So in our world now, we work as teams. We work as team. As I'm here, I am not alone. I work with the people who give me results, who give me something for me to also produce my report. If I don't get it, that means that I can't move forward. So in this world that we are in now, you need to work as a team. You need to collaborate with people so that we'll be able to be efficient in our world. So for organizations, investing in digital capability fosters a culture of continuous improvement, empowers employees to innovate, streamlines operations, and positions teams to harness emerging technologies like machine learning, the Internet of Things. You see, when we say an Internet of Things, it simply means uh, refers to a network of interconnected physical devices, like how I show this place to you. This one, a network of devices that collect and exchange data for the internet, enabling automation and smart functionalities across various applications. So when you have experienced these things, I mean, you know that the world is getting to somewhere else. And as a woman or as a brother here, I advise all of you that please try to learn something. There are a lot of websites nowadays that when you even visit, you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. Digital twins, creating virtual replicas of physical assets. These digital twins simulate the behavior of real-world assets, providing a comprehensive understanding of their performance. As I said, robotic process and automations. You see, robotic process and automations. So, my sister, my brother, don't be a novice in this digital space or ecosystem. So, digital systems in ecosystem. Ultimately, building digital skills for innovation is about preparing people to shape the future, not just respond to it. Now, the best man or the wealthiest man that we all know is Elon Musk, and you all have heard him. Is worth of billions of dollars because he has these things working for him. And recently, I read something about him that he has some kind of let's say a device that you can put on and you are going up like moving like a helicopter. Some also have developed system that you can use to walk on water. So I always think I've been thinking deeply recently that the things that are, let's say, in the Bible, people are trying to bring it to our reality. For example, we all have heard that Jesus walked on the water. So Jesus walked on the water. What happened, or how did Jesus walk on the water? And now, man, or you as a woman or as a man, should sit down, try to think, engineering wise. How can I do, or how can I walk on water? You see, I watched a movie recently, a guy who developed a shoe that he can walk on the water. And I mean, it was so nice. He placed balloons and he filled the balloons with helium gas, and he placed it on his armpits, trying to and put some skates on his foot. And I mean, it was nice. He really designed it to work on water. So the engineering, mathematics, and the calculus that you are reading in school or in your undergraduate, don't think it is something for reading sake. You develop something in future. You develop something in future. So make sure that you are learning something. Try to abreast the things that are coming recently. It ensures individuals are ready to adapt, organizations remain competitive, and societies can transition confidently into a digital first economy, because now companies are very they are competing. If you are let's say an undergrad and you are going for a job, someone with a course in computer literacy, and you don't, when you don't have it, that person will be preferred more than you. That person will be considered more than you because you don't have it, and that person will get a job. So always in your career or in your life, try to learn. So whether in engineering or energy, in education, health, and I have placed a website here. It's an Instagram thing, but I don't know how to play that video. I have shared these slides with Jennifer. So if you need these slides, Jennifer can give it to you so that you can try to learn a lot from it. You can go to that website and know what I am trying to say. Here, that website is talking about how systems are distributing medicines in the hospitals, and it's not something that is manned by human beings or is done by human beings. It is machines distributing medicines for people in the hospital. So her code, her power, that is what we are talking about. So I want to gear you guys up that learn, try to know things in the internet. It will really take you far. And whatever job that you will secure, you will not be a novice of what you are doing. You will even add something on. You get it? You will add something, because when people are employing you, they are not employing you of your degree. The degree will send you there, but what will keep you there is the skills that you have, the skills that you have developed for yourself to innovate, to be creative, to bring something up. When national service comes to our institutions, especially the Petroleum Commission, we give them the free space. When we give them the free space, we expect them to use the data that we always collect every day from the offshore or from the FPSOs to develop something for us. When they are able to do that, we recommend them for possibly an employment. So when you come or when you are going into the industry, don't go with an empty-handed. Learn, use the Excel well, use the Word well. Some even come and they teach some of us because we are going away. We are going away. So they teach some of us. I think my time is fast spent and people are also on the list. So let me try to be fast here. Creative industry. Digital skills serve as the engine that drives progress, transform and have a meaningful impact. So final tips or takeaways engagement. When you see my picture on the profile that you have, I don't have gray hair, but now I have the gray hair. That means I am growing, right? So you are the young guys coming. So please try to get something for yourself. Consistent rehearsal when you rehearse what you have learned. Maybe you are using I know that most of you here have computers or laptops and tablets, phones. So you use them, trying to do. Nowadays, you see always the Gen Zs and the millennials, whatever generations, they are using the internet proficiently, always on their phones, doing a lot of things. That is what we should be doing, so that you will not be in the novice, you will not be novice in our generation. Timing and transitions. So you have to be consistent rehearsal. You practice, strengthen your familiarity. You want to be curious. I remember Jennifer or Victoria says that you need to be curious. Curiosity made them able to form this kind of or group of people. So it is curiosity that will kill the cat. So try here. Curiosity will bring something better. Okay, will bring something better. Timing and transitions. Aim for seamless and professional delivery. Whenever people ask you to come and present something, you don't just come and talk. Here, Jennifer will be my witness, or all of you will be my witness. I've been able to get you some slides. That means within this short time, I try to put things together in line with what I am working, trying to tell you that, Charlie, do this. When you do this, yeah, that is how we work. Seek feedback. Whatever you are doing, try to see that, am I getting results? You ask people to, what we are doing, are we getting results? Hence, seek feedback. Reflect on performance. Yeah, reflect on performance. Yes, I'm doing well. It's getting better. You get there. Those things. Explore new techniques. If you have heard about Chat GPT, I said, hey, Chat GPT is doing wonderful things for me. Now, even when I am applying for a job, I just put in my CV, upload my CV. I told Chat GPT, please give me an application for a technical role in this company like Modec. or Talo, then Chat GPT will give me all that, write the letter for me without me trying to even put down something. Then after that, I also do editing. These are all the coding we are talking about. Somebody has developed this for us to use, and I know you have heard about it and you are using it. Explore new techniques. Explore new techniques. That's what I'm talking about. There's a website called Coursera. There's a lot of courses there that you can be learning. Prosper. There are a lot of things that you can learn. Set personal goals. You set personal goals for yourself. So beginning, I said that with your phone, you can go far. You go to calendar, you put things that you will do the next day. I'll go to wedding, I'll go to Koforidua, or I'll go to Accra, I'll go to market. All these things will make you successful, because when you are able to do them, that means that you are progressing. So you set personal goals for yourself. Iterate and adapt. You need to adapt. Some of you will not be even in Ghana here in the maybe in the coming years or whatever. Some will travel to America, US, UK, and all that. And over there, please, I did my masters in Scotland, and I was like, hey, which world have I come in? It's like I don't know anything, because the whites that you have met them or you are going to work with them, they are on top of these things. They are on top of these things. And even in our industry, we work with the whites. So if you are a novice or you don't know anything about internet, please do well and search and learn. Sit down and learn. You become successful. So this is a little that I have for you all. And I want to thank you all for coming to hear me or to listen to me.
Thank you so much, sir. We've learned a lot.
You're welcome.
Personally, I've learned a lot. Yes, that we should debate and think and say about skills keep us going. And I'm sure everyone has learned this. Please, if you have questions after all the discussions and presentations, they'll be time you can just bring down and I'll open the forum for questions. We'll on to the next speaker, our second speaker. Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy Aminutenkar. Miss Tracy is the CEO of Betflex, a health tech. Tracy also serves as of ML's Care Academy and is a two-time AWS certified full stack and data engineer, a passionate STEM advocate, digital creator, and speaker. She actively mentors young professionals and promotes technology adoption to drive innovation in healthcare. Where's everybody? Miss Tracy,
Hello. Hello, Victoria.
please, you are welcome, and thank you for
Thank
joining us.
you.
I hand
Thank
over the rest of the time to you.
Okay. I guess I have 7 minutes as well.
Yes, you
Right.
do.
Okay. Okay, so without much ado, we'll get straight in. Thank you. I learned a lot from the session before this one, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Right, so let's head right in so we don't take a lot of time. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. I hope you guys can see my screen. And Victoria, please, can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see.
All right,
Yes,
sure. Okay, so please, before we start the session, in case of anything, please unmute and speak, because since I'm sharing my screen, I can't see your reactions and things like that. So if you can't hear me and stuff like that, kindly unmute and let me know. Thank you so much. Right, so the topic I was given was on growing a creative and confident mindset for innovation. Right, as someone who works as the like intersection between technology, healthcare, and education, I've seen that the biggest breakthrough doesn't really come from perfect ideas, but from people willing to think creatively and confidently. You having the ability to think, because I believe that ideas comes to everyone. If you don't bring it to life, it will go to someone else who will bring it to life. So if you've realized in your life that sometimes you have an idea and then you don't pick it up, the next moment it just goes to someone. You just see that someone is implementing it. That is it. It has to come to life. And if you don't bring it to life, someone else has to. So it's about mindset. And when we talk about mindset, definitely the first thing you have to think about is your brain, and it's about thinking. Right. So innovation starts with you, the individual. An innovation mindset is not just about your job title or technical experience per se. It's about your curiosity over certain things, and also learning over perfection. You don't have to be perfect about in everything. When you are curious, it means you don't know it and you want to know what it is about. So it has nothing to do with perfection. It's about learning. And it's also about courage over confidence. It takes a lot of courage to accept that I don't know this, to get to find out, to get the willingness to go and find out what it really is out there. And then all that stems from courage, having the courage to be self-aware of your things you don't know, your flaws, and then things you have to work on, or things you have to know. And technology advances and it keeps advancing day in, day out. If you're not somebody who is curious, you'll be left behind, right? So innovation doesn't begin with technology, funding, or even brilliant ideas. It starts with something far more fundamental. That is your mindset. Your mindset is within what you think about. Okay, so your mindset can change everything around you. Someone may see that, okay, there's no water in this community, and someone will see it as a problem. Another person will not see it as a problem. The person would rather see it as an opportunity to bring a change, or to try out maybe their ideas to bring water there. Okay, so everyone and how they interpret different things, just like maybe, I don't know what you may believe in, but just like maybe you go to church, a different pastor, all pastors will take the same quotation and interpret it differently. All stems down to what? Sometimes the same thing or different things. So it all boils down from the mindset, your mindset, and how you view things. Whether you are leading a team, developing new solutions, or exploring emerging opportunities, this mindset is what transforms possibilities into reality. So mind you, mindset is about what's in your mind. Okay, so if you are able to bring it to life, you are able to how do I say, grab the opportunities to transform it to life. Else, if you don't do that, like I said, ideas will go to the next person to do it, right? What is an innovative mindset? An innovative mindset transcends job titles, technical experiences, technical expertise, or industry experience. It's not reserved for researchers, executives, or designated innovators. Instead, it's a way of approaching challenges and opportunities that anyone can develop. Right. So what this is trying to tell us about is that you don't need to have maybe probably studied about innovation, or you don't have to be an innovator to have an innovative mindset. You just have to be like, when you think about innovation, it has to do with initiating something or bringing something to life. Okay, and mindset stems from the brain, like I made mention of earlier. So when you want to have this kind of innovative mindset, you have to think of curiosity, like we made mention earlier, and then you think of learning over perfection, courage over comfort. And if you have a pen and a paper, please note it down, because this is very important to note down, and it will help you along your coding path, whether you're a developer or not. And her code, I don't know if all of you are developers or you'll be coding, but I think it's about technology, as Jennifer shared with us. So as part of technology, you should know that you have to be very curious and willing to learn. Innovation begins the moment we believe our ideas are worth exploring. That is when innovation does begin. Creativity is a skill, not a gift. Creativity is a skill, not a gift. In our normal life, for instance, I don't know how many guys are on this call. However, ladies on this call, definitely you know Messi and you know Ciro. I don't watch football very much, but then my assumptions about them is that I believe that Messi is probably talented, and then Ciro is probably someone who practice so much to also get to that level. There are some instances where people have a talent, someone also has the passion for it and will practice till the person gets perfection, right? So when you put these two things together, you are still attaining, you can be able to attain something, even though you probably don't have a talent for it, but you have a passion for it and then you are working towards it, so you can also achieve the same thing now, or they are the same space where people now can say, oh, I like this one more than this. They all have their own personal reasons. I don't know for sure, but that's my assumptions and my based on what I know about football. I think they're all doing perfectly fine and they all stem from different aspects. So when it comes to creativity, it's more about the skill you have. On sandwich, if you're Ghanaian, it's about what you like you can do, not really like a talent or a gift. Okay, so the truth, creativity is a muscle that grows stronger with intentional practice. You being intentional about it, it develops when we ask better, deeper questions that challenge assumptions. Most of us are very easy to start assuming certain things. Oh, maybe ChatGPT, for instance, or these things, they were just brought into being. It wasn't just like that. Gone were the days. I remember 2018, I went for an AI webinar. As at that time, most people didn't even know, even not 2018, 2015, thereabouts, they were talking about AI. As at that time, I was just studying robotics in school and they were talking about artificial intelligence. Anytime I hear artificial intelligence, I only think about robotics because, yes, human beings have their natural brains, but the robot, we think about it and we put it together and feed it in a language the robot understands and the robot will bring it to life, right? So if we give it a wrong thing to do, it will do that. And also, secondly, if you think of something correct, you don't know the language in which you have to convert it to give to the robot will do something else far from what you want it to do. Okay, so your assumptions and certain things may not lead you to where you want to be, because one, it's not a gift, it's a skill. You have to learn how to speak to it. Just like you go to Togo, you don't know how to speak French, you have to learn how to speak French to be able to communicate with the people there. So if you're able to build that, like get that level with it, you know which kind of questions to ask. You think like you ask deeper questions and not just assume that, oh, robots, maybe the Chinese people building it because they are white or they have just the things to build it, that's why they're able to build it. No, it's not just about that. Skills can be learned and you have to be intentional about it. Connect ideas across disciplines and experiences. Create space and permission for experiments. You have to be intentional about it. Okay, so you connect your ideas across all your disciplines and experiences. There are certain things you've learned. There are certain things I've learned as I was a midwife, a licensed midwife, before transitioning into tech. And now my experiences in cloud technologies, my experiences in as a data engineer, all those things have shaped who I am now. So if I want to solve a problem, I know exactly the problem I want to solve in a maternal space, and I know based on my experience how to solve the problem at the hospital, and it will give me more leverage than someone who is just probably a developer and has no background in midwifery, because the person will need another person who is a health worker to, they have to also be on the same page before they can solve a problem. And you have to create space and permission for these experiments. You yourself create space. Sometimes someone asks you, oh, maybe when am I seeing, when are we having this meeting? You're like, oh, I don't have time. All those things, it's understandable. However, when something means very important to you or something means a lot to you, you make time for it. Okay, so you have to create time. Space doesn't necessarily means like a normal space we see. However, it's you making time for it. Yes. And then embrace productive discomfort and ambiguity. Sometimes there'll be discomfort. You have to step out of your comfort zone to do certain things. You have to embrace it. I used to sleep early. Now, sometimes some of the bugs, maybe I'll face whilst I'm coding, I have to be awake and then fix it. Why? If I fix it now, I have tomorrow to try out a different task to do. So some of the things will require you to leave your comfort zone, but it shouldn't be something that should deter you. You should be willing to move with it. In tech and healthcare, especially, innovation often comes from simple questions asked boldly. You just have to ask them with confidence and then you are good to go. Right. So confidence fuels innovation. We are about to finish the discussion, so I will just rush to, but this is very self-explanatory, so I just go through it. So your willingness to speak up. Sometimes there'll be something that's going on. If you don't speak up, like I said, everybody is seeing what you are seeing, the problem, but everyone is viewing it differently, interpreting it differently. So whatever idea you have to share it. Share ideas early, contributing to it will contribute to discussions and advocating for possibilities. If you share it, definitely others will also share their thoughts on it. That will bring up the discussions, and also it will be like you're actually advocating for possibilities. Opportunities can easily find you, and then whatever the problem is, you can get people who will come together and want to bring it to life. Many ideas fail silently, not because they are weak, but because they are never shared. Because you don't share it, it doesn't come to life. That's not to say, even with these things, there are ways you go about it, right? We get a lot of people say, oh, I went to share my pitch and my business idea, and then someone stole my idea, brought it to life, and all of that. There are ways about it. But one, it says it stems from your mindset. If you are willing to share it, you are willing to research on how and who to share it with. So please keep that in mind as well. Testing ideas early. Building prototypes and running small experiments, gathering real feedback quickly is very, very important. If you have an idea and you don't test it, how are you sure that it's going to solve the problem? So just like I learned in my personal life with robotics, I've applied it in most of my things. If I want to build a big robot like the Chinese people are doing, and I don't have the resources as an African girl or student, what I can do is I can use what I have around me to build a replica of it. That's what we call prototyping. So I'll build something like it and then we use to solve a problem. So we have something like maybe the autonomous rescue. You are building a robot that is like a police that's going to rescue people during galamsey. We don't want to risk a human being's life to go, and what if the human being doesn't come back? Life cannot be bought. But if the robot goes and doesn't come back, fine. But if it goes and bring the human being, we rescue someone. All these kind of things are part of how you bring ideas to life, and you have to prototype it to see that, okay, now if I get the right resources, I am sure that it will solve the actual problem. That's why most of these competitions you see kids use simple things to solve the problem. The idea behind is the mindset. They're willing to solve it with these things. When they get the actual stuff, they're going to solve the problem. Learning publicly, sharing progress and setbacks, inviting collaboration, and normalizing iteration. Most of these webinars you see and stuff, people are able to reach out to speakers because of they share, or they are visible, they share what they know, their knowledge and things out there, right? So that in that case, someone knows that, oh, okay, this is a person I need for my webinar, this is a person I need for my job, this is a person I need for this and that. Okay, so though you don't have everything figured out like an African child, you don't want to share everything on the way before everything gets fixed. You are learning publicly, which is quite difficult than learning privately. You just know what to put out there. You know that, okay, I have to adjust this and that. People also help correct you and all of that. You know how to also take constructive criticism and things like that. And it helps build you, because people invest more in journey. People love to join journey than just hearing your story when you have already reached the top. Common mindset barriers that block innovation. Fear of failure. Most of the things that block people's mindset, like, and it doesn't even bring the innovation to life, is fear of failure. Oh, I'm afraid, what if it doesn't work? Believing that setbacks reflect personal inadequacy rather than natural learning. When I feel, oh, it means that I'm inadequate, I'm not worth it. It's not about that. It's about learning. If you don't feel something, you can't learn it. You didn't know that's what you're learning, and as part of learning, you can unlearn certain things to relearn new things to help your life. So don't be afraid to fail. This fear paralyzes action and prevents valuable experiments. So please don't be afraid to fail. Recently, I posted a content on an exam I've been preparing for this whole year, and I failed it, and it's fine. I even cried in my content, which is just okay. But still, eventually, even through that and other things, people were able to also get encouraged. They got encouragement that, oh, it's not just them that fail. Though I've passed other exams and things, I also fail. And it's part of life. Fear of judgment. People will judge you anyway. Worrying that ideas will be criticized, dismissed, or read the code. This keeps insights private and it limits collaboration or collaborative potential. So please put yourself out there. People will definitely judge you. For all you know, they are not even looking at you. Everybody's minding their business. Expertise myth. So believing that innovation is reserved for experts only, or that you need specific special credentials or permissions to contribute meaningfully. You don't need certain experiences. I didn't study computer science. I have a background as a midwife. However, I landed a job as a data engineer. I had a job as a backend developer. All these things, if you don't try, you don't know. But if you try, you know, oh, if it didn't work, and you know that you have to move on and try something else. So always don't think for the people or for the things that you want to do. You don't necessarily need experience, you need the skills. If this is the job you want to do, just know the skills you have to get that, and then go all out for it. Innovation rewards those who start before they feel ready. Waiting for perfect conditions or complete confidence means never beginning it at all. So all this about mindset, you don't have to figure everything out. Just go all in for it. 3 practices to grow your innovation: practice curiosity daily, redefine failure, and act before confidence arrives. We all know how to practice curiosity. It's just willing to know more. Okay, why is this thing like this? What if we could do it this way, and all that? All these things are curiosity. Redefine failure. Don't see failures as setback or things that would you are inadequate and all those things. Rather see it as you are learning. Oh, this is what I did and it went bad. I'm not doing that anymore. Let me try this thing else. And that would really help your life. Act before confidence arrives. Okay, as soon as something comes to mind, try and start working on it. Not to say that it will all sort or go out like well, but have that zeal to start bringing it to life. Real world impact across industries. So from healthcare to education and technology. In healthcare, frontline nurses questioning standard protocols. As a healthcare personnel, you can't go to emergency unit and just do anything. You have to know how to prevent infections and things from there. So in every aspect of life, there are certain mindsets you have to have. And with that, you know which kind of questions to ask and things like that. That improves and reduces error, making errors at the hospital, because at the hospital, if you make errors, it costs someone's life. Education, teachers experimenting with new approaches, created hybrid learning models now adopted globally. People now, teachers use ChatGPT and other AIs to also teach learners and all of that. Yes, they did say that at a point AI is going to, take certain jobs, but even that, if you are able to leverage on AI, you learn about it, you will be able to use it as a tool rather than feel threatened about it. But if you are lost, that's when you feel scared about it. And AI is just here to help people. Just know how to use it as well. Technology, like engineers asking what if, about user experience, redesigned interfaces that increased accessibility for millions of people. In technology, when it comes to technology, a lot of people like thinking about, like, have that mindset of innovating things. So if you are in any of these fields, have that innovative mindset. Innovation doesn't mean just putting up a robot together, building a computer, or building something. It starts from your mindset. And always make sure that you are trying to, whatever idea that comes to mind, you are trying to see how you are going to bring it to life. Your innovation journey starts now. Think creatively, act confidently, and learn continuously. And with this, I can assure you that you get to where you are going to. When we talk about thinking creatively, you ask the actual questions. Don't just assume things, and try to explore. You ask confidently. You start it early. Oh, this thing has come to mind. I've started it. I'm asking questions. So do you think this will help, or this and that? Start testing the markets quickly and stuffs like that. And you learn publicly. If you don't test, you don't know what you are getting wrong. Sometimes you even get to know that your problem you are solving, there's solution out there already, and what you are doing is not even really needed. You now save your time and do something else. Learn continuously, embrace feedback, iterate rapidly, and grow through every experience. Thank you very much, and always remember that your next breakthrough is waiting on the other side of that first creative question and that first confident action. Not just the question alone, but about the action, you bringing it to life, because ideas go to everyone, but the difference is those who bring it to life. The innovative mindset you cultivate today shapes the impact you create tomorrow. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned something from this discussion. Right, Victoria, please, over to you.
Yes, learned a lot. Really learned a lot. So at this point, we're moving to our third and final speaker. It's Kobe. Miss Kobe Ampin is free. Miss Kobe is a rising Ghanaian technologist and firm leader. She's a third-year computer engineering student at KMUC and a recipient of the Francis Fakia Mankwa Foundation Scholarship. Her work spans software IoT, with projects focused on healthcare, water sustainability, and community impact. Beyond her technical work, she holds several mentorship roles with engineering and STEM communities and is deeply passionate about mentoring young girls in technology. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Kobe Free. Hello, Ms. Kobe.
Hi, Victoria. Good evening, everyone. Please, can you all hear me?
Yes, please, you can.
All right. Please give me a minute. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
I hope you can all see my screen now.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Since I'm sharing my screen, I will not be seeing your reaction, so I would appreciate it if you would talk anytime you need to. As mentioned, my name is Kobian Primefri, and the profile was quite long already, so I'm not going to say much about myself. We'll just jump right into the topic I was given, which is turning ideas into real impact through technology. But before we start, I would want to ask a question and have engagements. There are many times that most of you have had brilliant ideas, and I'm sure almost all of us here have. But then we decide not to work on the idea, maybe thinking that, oh, this problem is too small to work on, or the technology I need to use is very hard, or probably because you don't have the needed resources. Does this resonate with any of us here?
Yes.
Exactly. So this happens. And if it hasn't happened to you before, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It does happen most of the time. But the truth is, when idea comes to mind and you don't work towards it, ideas alone don't change the world. Innovation happens when ideas meet action, and this action should be coupled with creativity and technology. Today, I'm going to share with you how any one of us can turn ideas into real world impact through technology. And by the time you are done, you realize that innovation is not reserved for billionaires or big companies, as most of us do think, but then it begins with curiosity, observation, and having the courage to act on your ideas. And I really appreciate the previous speakers. As Tracy mentioned, if you have an idea and you don't work towards it, you realize that later on someone will be working on it and you will think someone stole your idea, but you never worked on it. It's not something that you even shared. You never cared to share. It just popped up in someone else's mind and the person decided to take the steps. Now let's go through the steps that we can use to create impact. The first thing is identifying a problem. You ask me, but you already have the idea, so why do you have to identify a problem that matters? There are a lot of people who start with something that they don't know the exact problem they are addressing. They just have an idea. So they now have to look for a problem that suits the idea that they have so that they can match it and build the solution in such a way that the problem will have to matter. You don't just have to build a solution or have the idea to work, but then the problem you will choose to tackle must matter. Every meaningful innovation starts with a problem that is worth solving. Before you write a code, or before you build a robot or create an app, you need to understand the challenges that people are facing. Now let's take VLC Media Player. This is one app that has really helped a lot of us. You even sometimes think of it, how is it that this app I'm able to get a volume that is above 100? I recently saw this meme that was asking us, haven't you ever bothered to find out how VLC Media gives us 200% volume when we all supposed to think that, oh, the highest I can go is 100%. This VLC Media Player, it was built by students for their Video Land project. They didn't even start monetizing it. It wasn't a business idea from the start. But then they built it, and it is impacting a lot of people now. Let's also consider WhatsApp. WhatsApp is very close to all of us because we all use WhatsApp. The founders of WhatsApp, those who built it, they noticed the problem, and the problem was international messaging. Sending message from one country to the other was difficult. It wasn't so reliable using SMS, and then it was expensive when you needed third-party services. So by solving this problem with a simple app, they have changed how billions of people communicate, and eventually they are creating wealth for themselves. There could be a very local solution, a small problem in your community, and you can choose to solve it. Maybe farmers in your community struggle with irrigation, or students are having problems learning offline. So you could be that one person that thinks of this problem and build a simple sensor for your local farmers, or build an offline learning app for your students to learn with. You would think that it is something small that you are doing, but in the end, you realize that you are impacting a lot of people. So the lesson here is that we shouldn't underestimate small problems. Sometimes you think that this problem is too small, it doesn't need my solving. But then some of the most significant innovations begin with tiny everyday frustrations. In your community, you realize that there's something that's happening and it's always bothering you, or it's not making your life so happy as you wish for it to be. Tackling that problem could be something that could impact a lot of people, not just you. So you have to be curious to find those problems in your community and be willing to solve them as well. The next step is to use technology to bring your idea to life. And now we mentioned what Tracy said, that if you don't work on your idea, someone else will do. And the person will use technology to do it in such a way that by the time you realize, it has reached millions of people, and you will wish you had done it, but then had I known, it's always at last. Technology is here for us. Almost all of us are reaching technology. Everyone here is using a phone. So you should be able to use the technology that you have to bring your ideas to life. Always when you are choosing the technology tool, you have to make sure you are choosing the right technology. And that's something we should always be careful of, because you can choose something that is not yet for the age that you are in. I was researching and I found this product that we call the Nintendo Virtual Boy that was created somewhere mid 1990s. But then the people then, they didn't so much know about VR. How can you introduce a VR console to them? And if you don't introduce it so well, you don't expect them to be able to adapt. So looking at the community that you find a problem in, you always have to make sure that the technology that you are using is right for the people. If not, you have to make sure that when you introduce the solution to them, you are coaching them and educating them on how to use the technology that you have brought up. Let's think about Airbnb. The founders of Airbnb, they didn't invent lodging. The problem was that people needed affordable, flexible, and then accessible accommodation. So what they decided to do is to leverage it's a global innovation that's impacting a lot of people while it's creating wealth for its founders. So you realize that as I've been talking about impact, I'm talking about wealth. Also, I realized that as share it and they start monetizing it for you. VLC media player, they didn't start with monetization, but now they receive donations. I'm sure we all know. Sometimes it's not all about money. Wealth can come in different forms, having an asset to your name and all that. Also, let's talk about Foldscope. I don't know how many of us here have science learning accessible. So what it does is uses inexpensive materials and then clever in remote areas. It helps them to learn biology and do the basic things that you could have done with a microscope. That's what the Foldscope is used to do. And then some countries are even now using virtual labs for chemistry practicals and other things. Most of us here, when we were in our senior high schools, we never had access to chemistry labs. We only had access to it when we were about to write WASI. And even that one, you were rushed through it. If tighter values were not given to you, you were rushed through how to do the practicals yourself. But some countries are now leveraging on technology. They see it as a problem. They see not being able to practicalize what you are learning as a problem. So they are leveraging on technology to bring ideas to life, to make sure that they are solving problems, they are creating impact. If you are having a VR lab for your students, it's impact, you are impacting the students. They now have a practical feel of what they do. And the thing is, you don't always need the most advanced technology. Because I've been mentioning VR, it doesn't mean the technology should always be big. Let's look at WhatsApp. WhatsApp is an app. It's an app that almost all of us are benefiting from. Now you get in touch with your friends every now and then. A simple well-designed solution can just be as powerful, if not more. It can just be as powerful as you need it to be, to do what exactly you need it to do. What matters here is identifying the right tool to solve the problem effectively. And effectively here is to be taken note of. Because when solving a problem, you have to make sure that the solution you are bringing doesn't create more problems, or even if it will, minimal, that can be solved with another technology. Imagine trying to bring a solution on board and you end up worsening the whole problem. That shouldn't be the case. So you have to use technology to solve the problem effectively. And sometimes too, you may think that the solution already exists. It does happen. Sometimes you think of a problem and you find an opportunity in it, but then you think again, be like, but this is even happening here already. It is happening in this country. But the truth is, innovation is not just about bringing something totally whole or something totally new. Sometimes it can be something that already exists, but then because it doesn't serve a particular group of people, maybe there's this solution there, there's this app, there's this robot that has been built, but then when it comes into your community, it doesn't serve the main purpose you need it to serve. Because let's take LLMs for example. The data that they feed most of these LLMs, it doesn't consider blacks, it doesn't consider Africans. So you might be having a solution, but then it didn't consider your people. So you have to be innovative enough to add more features so that it can consider the people that you are staying with, consider your community. So you can pick existing solutions and then just add a few features to it so that it can fully address the problem of your community. And that one too is innovation. The next thing is finding purpose in what you do. Starting something new is very hard, often harder than it looks. But then most of the times you get this fresh idea and think, oh, I'm up, I'm on it, I'm about to do it. You think, oh, I have to do it this way. Let's say you want to build an app. The first day you take your laptop to code, you think you are doing it. Of course you are. The second day, you have the same energy. You pick it. The third day you do. But from the fourth day going, if you think you are getting tired, it's becoming boring. What if it's not important? What you are doing won't so much benefit the people. You may feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or even afraid to feel. A lot of us, when you are doing something, you start, instead of you to look at the positive side, you start to look at the failure, how you could feel, how the rate at which you could feel, the scale on which you could feel. And it happens. But then one powerful truth we should always keep in mind is that when we put impact at the core of what we do, we find ourselves loving the journey. I remember somewhere last year around this time, I had to join a team to go on an outreach to some schools in Ashanti region. We were going to teach them robotics. It wasn't easy because we did it for about 2-3 weeks. You always get up early in the morning so that you get a car and you wouldn't be late to go to any school. We went to different schools. We went to Amenia Ampon, St. Joseph, Bosomchi girls. And one I would want to share is with the Bosomchi girls own. Because when we got there, we taught them, the ladies were very happy. But then we finished around 7 p.m. and going back had become a challenge. Why? It was a dusty road with no street lights, nothing at all. And the station wasn't close to us at all. And we were carrying a lot of equipment. We had laptops, we had robotics kits, we had cameras and everything. So we wanted to be very careful. One teacher had to walk to the station to bring us tricycles, what we call pragya, to take us to the station so that we could get Chocho back to Kumasi. And this teacher took so long, not because he wanted to, but because it was a year's journey from the school to the station. And the tricycle came, and we had only 3. People were carrying a lot of things. There were no street lights, and we were on a dusty road. So this was something that if you don't take it, like, okay, I won't even go on outreach again. This is difficult. We go, we are hungry. But when you remember the number of lives you are impacting, the people you are making happy, the people you are giving knowledge to, then you realize it supersedes the struggle you are going through. And it can supersede it if you attach passion to it, if you come to love it, if you allow yourself to realize that you are impacting people. That is when you'll be able to do it. It's like you find purpose in it. There's this quote that's attributed to Simon Sinek, which says that working hard for something we don't care about is called stress, but working hard for something we love is called passion. And that is most of us when we are doing something, especially you think of doing something for someone you barely care about, you think the person is stretching you. But then when you are doing something for someone you love, you make it quite easier for yourself. So we can make things easy for ourselves because impact fuels passion. We have to force ourselves to love what we are doing, to want to impact the lives of people. But if it comes naturally to you, then that's a plus. It will make your work quite easier for you. When you focus on solving meaningful problems like helping people, improving lives, making a difference, then the obstacles that you think you are facing, they start to become challenges that you realize that they are worth tackling. And even those obstacles at a point, you realize there are no more obstacles. They are helping you learn. You come to love what you are doing. The next thing to do is to take action and also measure impact. A lot of startups fail. A lot of people who are beginning to do things, they fail. And the reason why they fail is just one word, which is inaction. They fail to take action. And there's a difference between dreamers and innovators. And that one too is simple. That is action. So it's either you are tackling action or inaction. It is either you are choosing action or inaction. But to turn ideas into impact, you have to act. And when we talk of acting here, we don't mean drama. We mean launching something, testing it, iterating over it, and then improving it. So before you can even bring anything, you have to start it. If you don't start at all, it will never happen. So you always have to start. WhatsApp wasn't even perfect at the start. And you marvel at the number of times the founders had to test it and iterate over what they were doing. But they decided to do, they had to fix a few bugs. They had to take user feedback. I know most of us don't even like how the whole status and channels page is looking now, but it's been years of improvement that they've gotten there. So I'm sure one day they'll realize we don't like it and they will change it. But what if they have not started at all? You wouldn't have gotten the chance to criticize it. So you always have to take action. You have to launch your idea, gather people, build it with the little technological tools you have, build it, test it, gather feedback from people. And with the feedback that you gather, refine your solution, iterate over it, and improve it. The small solution that you have, you can improve it and it will scale and become something way bigger. There are a lot of innovators in different fields, different sectors like healthcare, agriculture, education, energy, and with different products that are serving human needs. But then they believe that each small step that they take, it creates a measurable impact, a measurable change. And because of that, they keep on doing what they do. And to create real impact, you also have to do the same. Ask yourself, who benefits from my idea? How many lives are being touched? And then I'm so particular about this question, how many lives are being touched? Because the moment your answer is not zero, which means your answer is one or more, then your idea is worth building. Sometimes you think, only one person is going to benefit, then there's no need. But then that one person deserves that solution. You don't have to build it because it will reach everyone. Because if you build it well and that one person starts impacting, you realize the number of people in different places that will need your idea, that will need your solution that has come to life for them. So always ask these questions about yourself and realize that your idea is worth building. The exciting thing about this whole thing is that you don't need to be a genius to start doing something. You don't have to have millions or you have to work for a big tech company. I don't have a million CD there. No, I don't think Tracy too does. Neither does Mr. Daniel. But then we have all been trying to build great solutions for people so that people will impact the lives of people. All it takes is curiosity, and that is your greatest asset. Her code, her power. We are all going to be coding stuff, and that is really our power. But before you can build something through code, you have to be curious. What if you don't find the problem? What solution are you building? If you are not curious enough to know what the people expect, then how are you going to build it? So your curiosity is your greatest asset. You have to be observant. You have to take action. You have to be resilient so that you don't fail. And even if you fail, you will keep on doing it because failure is not the end. A lot of people fail and they stop. But then I hope that's not any of us our story here. Because the moment we fail and we choose not to do it again, then we are stopping and we are stopping at nothing. A lot of founders are ordinary people. No, it's not a founderless team. But then he's one person I take inspiration from. Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. They didn't start from great heights. They started from humble beginnings. But what they did was to take action and to not give up. So always ask yourself, what if I tried? Instead of saying, what if I fail? Do whatever you have to do. The thing is, you don't have to wait for a perfect resource or the perfect timing. What you can do to help yourself is to start fake impact, especially if that's what you want. Your idea that's combined with your action and technology is going to change million lives that you can even think of. A lot of people have done this. There are lots of products problem, seeing it as an opportunity, and decided to turn it in order to lives, in order to impact others. So this is what I'm leaving. Use technology creatively, focus on impact and action. Most especially when you focus on impact and action, world will follow you. And that's one thing I'm sure all of us are looking forward to be worthy. So look around you, find a problem that you can do, and then explore technology. Do a lot of research on it. Find good teams. Look for the kind of people that you would want to be on your board. Read wide, and you'll be able to take actions that create impact. And the impact you create will impact a lot of people and lives. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Victoria.
I said my event. Okay. Uh-huh. Please, I'm continuing with the panel discussion. Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. We can
Okay.
hear you.
Please, I have a few questions, and my first question is that in your various journeys so far, which skill has had the biggest impact on your growth or opportunities? Which skill has had the greatest impact on your growth in your opportunities, the opportunities you've been having in your journey? So the question is to all the three speakers, so anyone who is ready can speak.
Okay, I think I'll go first.
Okay.
So I would say through my journey, it has been networking skills, and
Okay.
that is not a thing to lie about because most of the people I've met, most of the things that have come to me, the opportunities I've gotten is because I chose to network. I chose to talk to people at a program, decided to connect with them, get their contacts. And that has been one of the things that has really helped me on this journey. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Can I just-
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Mr. Dan.
Yeah. So I will go for, I don't know whether volunteering is a skill, but I like to volunteer to do things for people. But in
Okay.
volunteering, you can network, as Kobe said. So that is good.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Right, so for me, I would say that um it's difficult to pick just one skill. However, Mr. Daniel and then Kobe's own also plays a role. Um, for networking, it has really helped me. However, I would say that taking the leafy, like being the leadership kind of skill, like putting myself out there to make mistakes or starting something has really done a lot of things for me because most of the things that brought opportunities my way were things that I didn't find people around me do. So I would say I was taking the lead to step into something I didn't know whether I would pick or not for me. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. And all people from various fields, engineering, health, field. Hello.
Hello, Victoria. I didn't hear you well.
The skills drive innovation in your various fields times as the world is evolving. What skills did you hear me now?
No, no, we
No,
can't hear you.
please. Your line is breaking.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Victoria. We can hear you now, so I think you can speak.
Yes, yes. I was asking which skills drive innovation in your various fields. See, with some are in healthcare, engineering, what particular skills drive innovation in the various fields? The various fields. Various fields.
Okay, let me go first. Are you there?
Okay. Yes, please, I'm here.
Okay. The skill of using the Excel sheet. So,
Yes.
like, let me say Microsoft Suite. It's something that has helped me in my engineering field because I need to enter data and get results. If I don't enter data, I will not get results. So the skill of having a Microsoft suite, especially Excel. Thank you.
Okay, then I would go next. Right. So I would say adaptive thinking, the ability to combine creativity and technical problem solving and confidently like responding to real world needs. That drives innovation in my field. Yeah, so I will stick with the adaptive thinking.
Okay. So I would also mention knowing how to use productivity tools, and also with this age of AI prompt engineering, that makes my work quite easier. But when we want to talk much of innovation, then it is wanting to know what happened in other fields, because with the learning how to program and all those things, you would need to apply in other fields like healthcare, edtech. So you want to know what happened in other fields so that you can apply it in your field.
Thank you so much for your contribution. What role does failure
Victoria, we are having issues here with your internet, so we hardly get your questions what you speak about.
Okay. I was asking what role innovation. Like, see, most often when you start something, you fail. I'm sure we've all had times. When Tracy was speaking, she said it. But what role does failure play in driving innovation and building our careers? Did you get the question now? Okay. Okay.
Okay, so in driving our careers, for me, what failing does is it helps bring a certain potential in us that we didn't know. Sometimes when you fail and you're trying to win your face back, you end up finding something you could have done better and something you know how to do better. It helps bring something inside you that you maybe never knew. And so it helps bring a potential you didn't reach at first. That's one thing that failure does. And that leads to you becoming more successful in what you are trying to do.
All right. Thank you. So for failure, I would say that failure plays a critical role for me by providing feedbacks. Now I know that okay, I did this, the feedback was that it didn't work. Now I have to learn deeper. So it helps accelerate my learning. I learn deeper and learn more. So there have been instances where I fail, and then when I retry it again, or I'm trying to move forward, I learn more than the ones that I passed or I aced. And building the resilience, I got to realize that I have resilience. I wouldn't have known because without failing, you wouldn't know you would keep persisting. And confidence needed for refined ideas and drive meaningful innovation. So these failures helped me refine most of my ideas and then go get something else or do it in a better form. So that's how much failure does mean to you and how it has impacted my role. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think
Mm.
I am also turning the same direction. Failure has built my resilience, and also I have learned lessons from what I failed. So going forward, I get to know what to do and not what to do so that I can get good results. So it's good when you fail, but when you fail, you will not you shouldn't sit, but you have to push on again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your various contributions. Now the forum is open to the audience. If you have any questions, please put up your hand. Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Mis- hello, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, please, I'm listening. You can talk.
Okay, so thank you very much for the insightful presentation. My first question, I would like to know, what type of control system are you using currently at your facility?
As in which,
You projected, I think you projected the where you are at the moment, as
okay,
in DSC or SCADA system.
okay. So this is for the what do you call it? The Preva also.
Primavera.
Yes, something like that. If
Okay,
I'm
all
right,
right,
yeah.
all right,
So
okay.
I am doing
And
more
the,
of supervision. So I'm not
okay.
really into the systems there.
Okay,
Regulatory stuff. Yeah.
all right, okay. Secondly, please could you tell us with all sincerity the mode of recruitment, as in the criteria that Petroleum Commission use in recruiting staff there, and how graduate can transfer?
Uh, for recruitment, I would say possibly normally they have a website and there's like an email there. So that email, sometimes I think it starts with the info, if I'm right. Then when you send your, let's say your application, you may be called, but it's better when you also come to the office with the hard copies. And maybe you write to the
Hello?
CEO. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. I had a break in my network.
So I am talking about two things here. You can you can
Okay.
send your credentials or your CV to the email that has been advertised on our website, and also you can come to the office by leaving your CV there. You will be called if they are looking for your type of experience or qualification. Thank you.
All right. A follow-up question to what you just said. There are some alleged speculations out there, and there have been many instances where applicants will come to the office, drop the letter, and then be waiting in anticipation for months and even at times years, and uh, there nothing like feedback from the HR. And then I just don't understand it. Is it like they do not satisfy the requirements or what? Because we don't get the whole thing. They will tell you to submit an application, come and drop an application. You do all you could, but at the end of the day, there will be no feedback. You will never hear from them. Um,
Yes, I think I, I I I might side with you in one direction because possibly maybe you didn't hear or get a result, but I have people also who came to do interviews by dropping their CVs there. And I will go to your first question. We also use a software called Aviva, if you have heard Aviva. And that is what
Okay.
also by Honeycomb. Yeah, that's what they use also.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Please, does anyone else have a question to ask? Malex, please, your hand was up. Yes, please. Malex, you can go on.
All right. Good evening, everyone. That's a very simple question. I think, considering the presentations that were given this evening, they are quite impressive, I might say. So I commend the hosts as well as the organizers. You have done very well. Now, we all know that artificial intelligence, ML, deep learning, prompt engineering, automation, etc. I mean, it's the order of the day. And we have millions of people who are learning these particular skill sets, who are engaging in this particular field. I wanted to know, from your perspective, what do you think are the fundamental skills that are needed, and what do you think are the qualities one can also harness in order to stay unique, in order to stand out and also be globally competitive? Because where we find ourselves in the world right now, you might have the skills, but there might be certain qualities that might make you stand out in order for people to actually recognize what you are capable of doing. So I wanted to know, from your perspective, what do you think are the primary qualities people should have aside the skill sets in order to also make sure that when opportunities come, they are the ones that are looked at first as compared to others who are also in the field? Thank you.
Okay, this time around, I would like to give my feedback first so that Mr. David and Koi can share theirs as well. So when it comes to the way technology is evolving, I would say that prompt engineering will be good for everyone to learn. You have to know how to use AI as well. First off, if you are now thinking of a career, make sure the career is not a routine job. So robots or machines are built in a way that they are given routine things to do. So for instance, pick this, put it here, put this here, put that here, like fixing it or putting a car together. Okay, assembling a car. It knows that the door is going to the right side, another is going to the other left side, and then whatever at the top down and ties at the bottom and all of that. They are steps. There are things that you can predict, like steps, and then there are routines, like do this. You can put it in a loop for it to be repeated, right? So if your job is like that, you can easily be replaced. But if your job applies critical thinking and then certain things at a point where they are scenario based, like hospital, COVID came and we all didn't know. So you can't say that we'll put all doctors aside and use only robots as doctors. Something like COVID comes, how would a robot deal with it? It can't deal with it because it had never seen it before. That's how AI is built. It's using the data we've already given to it to give us feedback. So the more we use AI, the more it gets enough data to give us feedback. Okay, so first off, make sure that whatever skill you are in, it's not a routine job. If it's a routine job, master it very well, that to the extent that you can use AI as a tool and not rather be threatened that AI is going to take your job, and learn how to prompt. So if you gain the mastery with it and your job is not a routine job, where now you're not afraid AI is going to take your job, then now you know how to prompt. Prompting just means knowing how to give a command to an AI or something to give you exactly what you need. Okay, so we may all ask AI for the same thing, but the way you state your sentence or you prompt will be different from mine, and you may get exactly what you want and I wouldn't get close to what you have. That will make somebody who is now getting into your field different from you, the one who has the mastery, because you know the exact words to ask it to get what you want, and you know what you're expecting. So when it gives you the feedback, you know that, okay, I think this is the best answer I need, and then you end there. So that's what I can share with you. Thank you.
Okay, I also think that one way we can be more needed or in demand for global opportunities is to learn to collaborate. In the tech space, a lot of things deal with collaboration. some of us like to start building solo, but as time goes on, you realize you don't have all the skills. You may have basic knowledge of everything, maybe every field, but you may not be in depth with every field. So what you have to do is to learn to collaborate with people. That way, you can work with teams. So people would want to work with you. There's some people who don't know how to work with other people, and that's a problem. And one thing you can also do is to build projects to show your work. You may be having all the skills, but if there's nothing to show that you have it, it is quite difficult for people to believe you. But if I should visit a site and see your works there, see you doing something, then I know that you actually have the skill that you are preaching that you have. So one thing we can also do is that we have to build projects and then showcase our skills whilst collaborating with others. Thank you.
Just to add a little, yes. So even someone asked a question about recruitment at Petroleum Commission. I want to say that the kind of graduates that nowadays we are producing from our universities don't really want to use the social media for employment, especially LinkedIn. And I mean, we have other type of places to get jobs. I first even had my professional job on through LinkedIn. That was Hess Exploration Ghana Limited. It's an American company who contacted me through LinkedIn, a recruiter called Spencer Ogin. And when you put in your profile there, you try to let them know that this is what you have done. Especially, I started LinkedIn around 2007 when I was in second year university. And believe me, the things that I placed there is still there, and now I do update them, and it's picking. So these are skills some of us need to be concerned of, because no one will just say that there is let's say a vacancy here, so come and apply. You have to search, you have to network. They talk about networking and collaboration. All what we are even doing online here is about networking, because someone will even at the end of the day will look for my number and try to network with me. Oh, senior, this and so, how can I get this done? How can I even get this job? Because when you come to Petroleum Commission, for example, yes, it's true, people come there with their CVs and their documentation. But if you know, let's say the CEO, if you know the director, the manager, it gives you a plus. At the end of the day, you go there and see him that, oh, I've placed this there. So networking is very, very important. In our world today, if you don't network, believe me, you will not go far. So add networking, know people. And now it's not about whom you know, it's about who knows you. It's not about whom you know again, it's about who knows you. Is the man that you are talking about knows you, then fine, he can place you somewhere. Recommendations, you see. So please, let's add these ones to our credentials that we have acquired in the uni, and it will take us far. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contributions. Okay. So, please, are there any further questions?
Yeah, hello. Please, good evening. Please,
Yeah,
can you
good
hear me?
evening. Yeah,
Good
we can hear you,
evening.
please.
Yeah, my name is Prince, and I
Thank you
want
for
to ask a-
joining today. Okay. So,
I want to ask a question. The question our father asked concerning how you are going to be unique in the same space. So technology is something that always advances us. So for you to be different among others, you just have to always think more about using advanced technology. That helps
hello.
always.
Okay. I think there are no further questions then. So, We'd like to thank everyone for joining. We thank all our three speakers for joining us today. It's been great having you. We've learned so much. Thank you for your time. And I'm sure the audience, everyone has also learned a lot. Thank you for making it a point to join us here. And to close, we would invite Jennifer to give us the closing remarks, and then we end it. So, Miss Jennifer.
Okay, so a very big thank you to our honored guest speakers for honoring our invitation and becoming speakers for us and sharing this very insightful information with us. Actually, personally, I've learned a lot from today's session. I believe everybody here too has learned a lot. We are so much honored to have you here and for honoring our invitation. And another thank you to our participants, everybody who was able to join the call today. We thank you all for your time that you spent with us and for engaging in this wonderful session. I believe that whatever that we've learned, you will take it to heart and start to build something, start to empower ourselves, start to hold up to things that we wish to do, the ideas that we have in mind, but we don't know when to start it. I believe we've all learned a lot from today's session. Thank you all once again. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.